the Bengals are headed to the Super Bowl after an 18-point comeback victory against the Kansas City Chiefs on the road at Arrowhead Stadium. Chiefs led this game 21-3. And to me, this game came down to this play right before the end of the first half, keeping the Chiefs out of the end zone. I thought that was absolutely vital. Kansas City wasn't really the same. They only scored 3 points in the second half. This game was won and lost on that play, in my opinion.
Who wants to start with this
in.
one?
If you guys Bleav that big of a pause, I'm jumping in, man. That play was absolutely ridiculous. First of all, I called for smoking Joe Burrow on last week's episode. I picked the Bengals boldly and confidently. I knew they were going to win this. I knew that the whole time. And that play right before half, I swear, I turned to Mrs. Davern and I said, there it is. The Bengals are going to win. Because you could just see it. I mean, the Chiefs, they needed to score there. Completely boneheaded by all of them on that play, honestly. Like that, it was bad. And a field goal there, you wouldn't have been going to overtime at the end if all things would have stayed the same, right? So, and I'm riding Joe. You guys can see my background, especially as a Seahawks fan. There's no way I'm rooting for the Rams, especially since no one in their own hometown is even rooting for them anyway, or knows that they exist. So anyway, I'm going to ride that one all day. But, and along with Joe Burrow, he's my guy. Let's go Bengals.
Jackpot Joey, me, I agree with you. Mark and I talked about this on the show. I had the Bengals winning. I had the 49ers winning as well, but the 49ers obviously lost, so they won't be attending the Super Bowl. But Jackpot Joey, man, I just saw something different in him when he was at LSU. And then when you look at LSU, everybody said, he had these good wide receivers, and he did. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and company and Clyde Edwards. He had some guys sitting over there. But at the same time, man, they forgot he was at Ohio State. So what Jackpot Joey did, Jackpot Joey, he bet on himself. That mean, you know what, I'm going to leave Ohio State, which was known for having quarterbacks, and I'm about to slide down to LSU because LSU, all they needed was a quarterback. And then when you get the guys and you get the coaches talking about Jackpot Joey at LSU, it's just like – he's always calm, cool, and collective. He has a major inner confidence level. Major. Like, he's not cocky. But you can understand, what you can't understand is, if you look at Jackpot Joey on the sideline, you don't know if the Cincinnati Bengals are winning or losing because he's always keeping his composure.
Always the same.
So and that's what you want as a young quarterback. It just so happened this is his second year and he's playing like light years ahead of his time. And we got to deal with this guy. We, as in the Pittsburgh Steelers and just the NFL in general, got to deal with Jackpot Joey. And his teammates love him. I don't know if they're going to say the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if they'll say the same thing about a lot of other quarterbacks. Yeah, he's good. He's good to work with. He for sure will be a Hall of Famer, but he's not one of us. He's not one of the guys. Patrick Mahomes is one of the guys. Jackpot Joey, he's one of the guys. Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, they're one of the guys. So when you're one of the guys and you happen to be the guy, it makes it even better. So for sure, you're not going to work. You're going to see your brother. But just to look at Jackpot Joey get hit 9 times in the Tennessee game, come back from 11 against KC the first game, then come back from 11 against KC the second game, and the man just still looking the same, and he never wavers. And then it's his – for me, it's his swag off the field. Like, Jackpot Joey swag off the field is everything about him. In Cincinnati when he was doing his press conference a couple of weeks ago, it had to be cold because it's just cold around this time. Jackpot Joey got shades on like he about to hop on a bike and damn that tattoo. So that's letting you know that, man. that's I'm riding with Jackpot Joey all day, Brett.
Yeah, I mean,
me too, man.
Ike said it best, man. And I mean, this is all coming off of an ACL tear his rookie year, right? So it's incredible. After getting sacked 9 times to go to KC, they were applying pressure. He was getting out of the pocket as he needed to and still making throws. And it's wild because this is the first game. It was eerily similar to the matchup they had earlier in the year. Kansas City up in Cincinnati, Kansas City up by 10 or 17, whatever it was, only scored 3 points in the second half. The same thing happened here. Only scored 3 points in the second half. Ended up, losing the game. It was wild. It was the first time I saw Mahomes not be Mahomes. And from the decision before the half to throw that ball to Tyreek and not throw it out of bounds or throw it in the dirt just to kick the field goal.
Oh.
You can't just put that on Mahomes, but as the MVP, and he's been to 2 Super Bowls already, I feel like he's got the IQ to get rid of that ball. He wanted to give his playmaker a chance in Tyreek, and we've seen what he can do, but it didn't happen. The moment that play happened, I said to my 2 friends that I was watching the game with, I go, yo, it's over. And I looked over, they showed Joe Burrow, and he was just like, he just nodded his head like, okay, let's go. And it was insane, man. And, the defense, they picked off that screen. The big guy, I forget his name, but he tipped that screen up in the air and took it back, gave him the ball right back after they scored. There's a lot of things that went right for him, but you can't let Joe Burrow hang around. You just can't. He's that dude. With every game, his confidence and legend is just building. And so,
but he still never lost a playoff game ever in his whole time playing football ever.
That's
in high school, college, and the pros, has never lost a playoff game.
That's crazy.
That's insane, right?
Bananas, right?
Insane stat.